Hello, Amira.
Hello.
Welcome back. Did you eat your lunch?
Yeah, I did a while ago.
What did you eat? If it's not secret.
I had an omelette.
Do you eat rice a lot in England or not much?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. Means once a year.
Like once a month.
Once a month, really?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you eat every day? Bread?
No, we just eat other things like soup or like just whatever.
Okay. But in this part of the world, you know, here, Thailand, Malaysia, Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, Indonesia, I don't know. They eat rice 3 times a day, morning, lunch, I mean for their lunch and for their dinner. It's like breads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is hard to believe. I don't know. For me, it's really interesting. Yeah, breakfast, they eat rice, just rice and some curry. And the lunch, again, rice. And dinner, again, rice. It's like bread for us. In Uzbekistan, we eat a lot of breads. Every time eat breads, but rice maybe twice a week. And these people, they don't eat much breads. Anyway, how about your school, Amira? Do you have to wear your uniform or it's just casual?
Yeah.
How do you go to school?
Uniform.
Uniform.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. How about winter time? Also uniform.
Winter time.
Like your
like
coat,
winter
like
time
you
you
have
just
to wear
need to
the
wear
same.
a coat and like.
Huh?
Yeah, it's the same uniform, but you just wear a coat.
Also coats the same uniform or?
What do you mean by that?
You know, everybody wear the same coats, or you can just.
Oh no! You can wear whatever coat.
So only like maybe skirt and a shirt. Good. Very good. Amir, let's do like this. Here we solve question 2, and I'm going to solve question 4, and maybe 6 and 8 we will see. I will leave these odd numbered questions for you, okay? So you will try some of them today, and let's see. I hope you can do it because these questions are really standard questions, not so difficult. The only thing is every time we are talking about one formula, right? That is x plus x sub 0 squared plus y sub 0 squared equals r squared. And we have like maybe 4 or 5 formulas that you have to know about coordinate geometry. That's all about it. So now let's continue from 4. Then we solve question 2, and I will try to solve question 4, 6, 8, and 10. If you have time, you will show me some questions. That's it. In question 4, it says find the equation of the circle. Immediately we have to think of that equation, that is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So which passes through the points 2, 1, and 3 minus 2, and has its center lying on the line y plus x equals 0. Right. So we don't have to draw this to scale. So we are talking about a kind of circle. And here we have a line, right? And that is passing through the center of the circle. The equation of this line is given. That is y plus x is equal to 0. And the equation of the circle which pass through the points. So we have A here. Let's say this one is A, whose coordinates are 2 and 1. And B somewhere here. Let's say there's somewhere here. B, I don't know where is it. There's 3 minus 2. Okay. So we need to find the equation of the circle. That means that here we know that the equation of the circle is something like this. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. To write this equation means just we need to determine the value of h and k and r. How can we know that? Since these 2 points are on the circle, right? and the center of the circle is lying on this line, that means that from this equation, we know that how x and y coordinates of each point on the line are connected to each other. By this equation, y equals minus x. That means that the coordinates of the center, let me just write here, more, we have more space here. If x coordinate of the center of the circle is x, y coordinate must be minus x, right? Because that's x and y, every point on this line is, what is it, given by this equation. Let's say here, this point, if x coordinate is 3, then y coordinate must be minus 3. This one, for example, let's say if x coordinate is 7, then y coordinate must be minus 7. That's actually what this equation means. So here, this point, if x coordinate is x, then y coordinate must be minus x. And after that, using this information, since A and B are on the circle, and if you find the distance between O and A and O and B, we know that they give us radius, because the distance between the center of the circle to any point on the circle, it gives us radius. So first, OA, that is radius, which is equal to square root of x minus 2 squared. So here we have x minus 2 squared plus y coordinate, that's minus x, and x coordinate minus 1, y coordinate of A, that is minus 1 squared. And the second one is, let's say OB, that's equal to x minus 3 squared, x minus 3 squared, that is x minus x1 minus x squared plus, and here we have minus x, and minus minus 2, that is plus 2 squared. And both are equal to, what is it? R and R. And since we know that R is a positive number because just a radius length, so if you just square both sides, still actually OA squared will be equal to OB squared. So from here, since OA squared equals OB squared, right? And I can just write these expressions without this root. So here we have x minus 2 squared, x minus 2 squared, plus, I can just write this in a more simple form. Since we have squared, you can take this negative 1 out. So here we will have x plus 1 squared. On the right-hand side, here we have x minus 3 squared, plus, and multiplied by negative 1, here we have x minus 2 squared. Because of the square, doesn't matter. So now if you just expand, we can find the value of x. If I know x, we know its y coordinate. So if I know the value of x, we can find OA, which is radius, then we can write the equation of the circle. So immediately, if we just expand this, we get here x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus x squared plus 2x plus 1. On the right-hand side, we have x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus, here we have x squared minus 4x plus 4. So without simplifying this, we should have a look. Can we just cancel out anything here? Yes. This x squared with this x squared, this x squared with this x squared. And now let's simplify, and also this minus 4x with this 4x, and this 4 with this 4, because they have the same sign. So what we have here, 2x plus 1 equals minus 6x plus 9. Or 8x equals 8. So from here, x equals 1. All right,
Okay.
so now we can just write the coordinates of the center, that is 1 and negative 1.
Yeah.
And now we have to find here, we need to find, what is its radius. So either substitute the first or second equation. So radius equals OA, which is equal to 1 minus 2 squared. That is 1 plus negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2 squared. That is 4, which is equal to negative 5. So the radius of the circle is negative 5. Dot, dot, dot. The equation of the given circle is x minus 1 squared plus y plus 1 squared is equal to 5.
Okay.
What we are doing is not complicated, just step by step, and using the information and some kind of brainstorming, and that's it. Good. Okay. Let's move, skip question 5. I'll just do only one question here. All are similar. Find the center and radius of the circle given by these equations. And let's do the last one, D. All are similar. After all, radius and center of the circle, that means that we have to convert these equations into this form, right? X minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Then we can write the coordinates of the center of the circle, h and k. The radius is equal to just r. That means that here we need to have a perfect square in y. That's it. It's just simple algebra. So if you do D, to do this form first, we need to remove the brackets and bring into this form. So here we have x squared, x times minus 5x plus x, that is minus 4x minus 5. Plus, how about y? Here we have y squared minus 4y minus 2y minus 6y plus 8. On the right hand side, we have 0. So how can I have a perfect square in x here? To do this, x squared minus 4x, here it is 2 times x. So to be able to write this as a square of something, I need the square of 2, right? Let me just add it and subtract. 2 squared minus 2 squared. Still, I have negative 5 here. Plus the same thing for y squared minus 2 times 3 times x. So it's exactly, I'm just trying to write everything in this form, a minus b squared, right? That's equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So here we have a, that is y, minus 2 times 2 we have in the formula. So 3, I need the square of the 3. So I just add 3 squared and subtract 3 squared. And still we have 8 here, plus 8 is equal to 0. And I just keep the square of this thing, x minus 2, the square of this thing, and the rest take to the right-hand side. What do we have here? X minus 2 squared, and here we have y minus 3 squared. And the rest, let's simplify and take to the right-hand side. Minus 4 minus 5, that is minus 9, minus 9, minus 9, minus 18, minus 18, plus 8, minus 10. Take to the right-hand side, here we have 10. Let's recheck this, minus 4, minus 5, minus 9. So it is minus 1, it is 10. That's correct. So which is square root of 10 squared, dot, dot, dot. The center of the circle, which is given by this equation, is 2 and 3. And the radius of the circle is square root of 10.
Okay.
Good. Let me show you one more example and I will stop and I will have some rest and you will work. All are similar questions. Okay, let's just follow our plan. 8 with the 6 right now. Okay, 6. Now let's do 8. So given 2 points, okay, P and Q, find the equation of the circle with PQ as a diameter. Okay, show that R, whose coordinates are negative 3 and 2, lies on the circle. Hence, prove that angle PRQ is 90 degrees. When actually when we say that our students prove that, they get a bit scared because really proving something is a very difficult task in real life. I mean, even in our daily life situations. Somebody says something and you have to prove this or convince that person. It's very hard. Anyway, so here we are talking about a kind of circle and it says that we are given 2 points and these 2 points are just the ends of the diameter of this circle. So that means that here, let's say this P and this one is Q. So this line segment is diameter of the circle. That means that here we have the center of the circle. These two things are equal. That is R, that's also R. Okay. So first, find the equation of the circle with PQ as a diameter. To do this one, again, we need to know two things. Number one is the coordinates of the center, and number two is the radius. So let's find the coordinates of the center. That O, let's say whose coordinates are x sub 1, y sub 1. Now from here, since O is a midpoint of P and Q, x sub 1 equals 1 plus negative 1 over 2, which is equal to 0. And how about y sub 1? That's equal to 4 plus negative 2 over 2. That's equal to 1. So therefore, coordinates of O is 0, 1. The first step. And second step is we need to find this radius. Radius is either OP or OQ, doesn't matter. So let me just write here, this one is first part, and second part is the radius, which is equal to, let's say, OP. That's the distance between OP, O and P. Coordinates of O, it is 0, 1. P is 1, 4. So that is 0 minus 1 squared plus 1 minus 4 squared, which is equal to 1 squared, it is 1, 3 squared, it is 3. So that's equal to square root of 10. So the equation of the circle then will be, what is it? X minus 0 squared plus y minus 1 squared, coordinates of the center. And here we have r squared, that is negative 10 squared. Or just x squared plus y minus 1 squared, that's equal to 10. That is our answer to the first part of the question, question A. And in question B, it says that show that R negative 3 and 2 lies on the circle. So let's say that is the equation of this circle. And now we have to show that this R, whose coordinates are negative 3 and 2, we should show that it is on the circle. And hence prove that angle PRQ is 90. Okay, first we have to show that it is on the circle. And where is it? Let's say, suppose that R is somewhere here, whose coordinates are minus 3 and 2. Of course, still, I'm not sure it's on the circle or not. How can we show that it is on the circle? What should we do here, Amira?
If you substitute it in, maybe.
Into the equation of the circle, right? It must satisfy this equation. Very good.
Yeah.
So that means that it is on the circle. So if you substitute here we have negative 3 squared plus 2 minus 1 squared, which is equal to 9 plus 1 equals 10, and 10 is always equal to 10. This 3 lines means, parallel lines means they are identically equal to each other all the time. So that means it is proof. That means that the point is on the circle. And second part says that hence prove that angle PRQ is 90. So angle PRQ, we have to prove that this is 90. And what do you think? How do you prove that?
Pythagoras.
Very good. If you can show that PR squared, if you can show that this PR squared plus RQ squared is equal to PQ squared, that means that PRQ is right angled triangle. Oh, it's rats. I didn't mean that. So right angled triangle. In different way, how can I write this? Anyway, right angled triangle. Okay, right angled triangle. Anyway, so you know the idea, we can just show that immediately. You know how to find the distance, and we know how to find the distance, and square them. If they are equal, that means that that triangle is a right angled triangle. Because actually it's a theorem, right? If any triangle, if we have this relationship, that means it is a right angled triangle. Or if it is a right angled triangle, then this relationship is always true. Okay,
Okay.
good. Immediately, I will share this file with you. That is review question 4D, and you open this and solve maybe 2-3 questions, and let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Amira, are there any mosquitoes there where you live? Do you ever see mosquitoes?
No.
Never.
No.
Oh, that's good. You know, in this part, a lot of mosquitoes all the time. If you are not careful, sometimes, you know, have you ever heard about dengue fever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very common here, especially in monsoon time, rainy season, especially in July and August. A lot of people get sick because of this mosquitoes. Okay, where shall we start? From question 1 or 3? Let's see, what is question 3? Okay, let's start here. Question 3. Can you zoom out a little bit? I think it's too big. Okay. Let's see in 20 minutes, how many questions can you solve? I mean, try to solve 3 questions at least.
Now we need to work out the radius, right?
Yeah. Because throughout the equation, we need to know the center and the radius. So now immediately, let's just write this dot, 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 O. There's 2. Oh, okay, you already wrote in the circle. All right. Find the radius. After -5, Shine, Amira, can you put one more parenthesis? So that's
Oh yeah.
okay. $49 or 7?
40 the square root of.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now let's write the equation of the circle. That is first part, right? Question A.
yeah. Wait, what is it again? Like the format?
It's x minus x coordinate square plus y minus y coordinate, right? So x coordinate is, what is it? 2. So x minus 2 squared plus y minus 0 squared is equal to 7 squared. Okay. Now you can simplify this. All right, let's continue. Question B.
Yeah.
What is the question?
If
C.
C lies on the circle, find the value of one of its points and hence prove that ABC is an isosceles right angle triangle.
Okay.
So first we need to find the value of K.
Okay.
Oh,
Just K squared, right? You don't have to put parentheses.
wait.
No,
How
let's
do
say
we know which
anything
one?
about K. Can you scroll up? Let's see. Or nothing. If lies on the circle, find the value can prove the ABC answer. Okay. So we don't know. So now we have to consider both cases then. Okay, let's just do only one. Let's say actually for both it works. Because after
So if
all, it is subtended by the diameter, right? It's always 90 degrees. Okay, what is the next part? Prove that ABC isosceles right angle triangle.
that means that this is a thing, right?
Yeah. So the first step, we have to show that AC equals BC, right? And next step, we have to show that AC squared plus BC squared equals AB squared. Yeah, I mean, at first, can you just evaluate, because still we don't know actually AC equals BC or not, right? So let's find AC, and after that BC, and we will compare the results. So what is AC? AC equals square root of 2 plus 5 squared, right? And we know the value of k, that is 7 minus 0 squared. Now, if you write like this, you need to write minus 5. I mean, why are you writing again? Why don't you just simplify and write the answer?
It's like, it's not clear for me. I want it to be on one line.
Okay. Okay, that's, what is it? What?
Oh, wait,
98?
no.
It's just 49 plus 49, right? So it is 7 times square root of 2. Two minus 5 is 7. 7 squared is 49. Minus 7 minus 0 is 7. So it is 7 squared, 49. So that is 2 square root of 7 times square root of 2. Fine. Okay, done. What is next? AB? BC. Nine, 0, 2. Okay. 9 minus 2 squared, or 2 minus 9 squared.
Like, what order would you write it in? Because it can be 2 minus 9 or 9 minus 2.
Say again?
What order would you write it in? Because it can be either 2 minus 9
Yeah,
or it can be 9 minus 2. When do you write it one way or the other?
yeah.
No, when would you write it this way and when would you write it like 9 minus 2?
But it doesn't matter because of the square. Both are true. And since we have square, that's why in either case we can write it. Which one is easy to calculate? You need to look at the numbers. So here the same thing, right? The 7 times square root of 2. So we have AC equals BC. That means the triangle is isosceles. Now we can stop here, Amira, then we can continue and you can show that we know the diameter, right? And we can show that AC squared plus BC squared equals AB squared. That means that the ABC is a right angle, isosceles right angle triangle. Can we just move to another question? Question 5. Let's see, what is it? Give us 3 points, okay. If PQ equals PR, find the relation. Okay, let's do this question.
Okay. So find the relationship in terms of x and y.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So first 3 points are given, right? And also it's given that PQ equals 3 times PR.
Mm-hmm.
So first let's find PQ. What is the length of PQ? The first step. And after that we will find PR and we will just substitute into that equation and we will have equation, right? Or relationship between X and Y. PR. Yeah, next to that immediately, can you just simplify so that after that we'll put that into the equation? Here.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, just simplify because 1 minus 0, if you simplify, we have just y, right? Just write it as x minus 9 squared plus y squared. That's what I mean. X minus 9 squared, you don't have to expand it, okay. Plus y squared under the square root.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now let's just substitute them into the equation. That since PQ equals 3 times PR, right? What is PQ? That is square root of x minus 9 squared plus y squared. Okay. So now actually we find a relationship, but they didn't say that we need to simplify this anything. Okay. So what is the next question? Now we have to show that this relationship represents a circle.
How do we do that?
And see here from the equation, we can see something that looks like the equation of the circle. For let's square both sides of the equation. That's what we get.
Wait. Do I square the 3 as well?
Yeah, of course. It is 9 times. Okay. Yeah, can we just write like this? Because it belongs to all, right? All right, can you simplify this, Amira? Now, can you see the equation of a circle here? If I just, this one, A, and that's also the same thing, right? That's capital A. What we have here, A equals 9A. Or here we have 8A is equal to 0, right? Or if you divide both sides by 8, we have A is equal to 0. What is A? A is x minus 9 squared plus y squared is equal to 0. Is it an equation of a circle? Yes, it is the equation of a circle whose radius is at 9, 0, and the radius is, what is it? Zero.
Is it? How can the radius be 0?
Yeah, it cannot be equal to 0. Can you just scroll up a little bit? Okay. PQ, we got PQ, 9 minus X, all right. And PR, X minus 1. All right, okay. Sorry, here, that's the same thing here. I thought this here we have 1 ammeter. It's 9. Yeah, it's my fault. So we have to simplify, then we will get the equation of the circle. Can you simplify this very fast, as fast as possible? No, not like that. Can you just remove all the brackets, Amira? Because after all, we have to expand them, right? We have no other way here. So let's start from the left-hand side.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah. If possible, try to write a bit smaller because we will need more space. Amira, why do you expand like this? Here we have a minus b squared. It's very commonly used formula, right? It's a squared. It's always here we have 2ab plus b squared, right? As you see, it's 2ab. Because we can do that part, the middle part mentally. So here we have minus 9x, so that is minus 18x plus 81. Okay, on the right hand side, here we have 9x squared, right? Because the first term is 9x squared. I mean, can you just do this without brackets? Let's just do that part mentally. So here we have x squared multiplied by 9x squared minus, if you expand this here in the middle, we have minus 2x multiplied by 9, that is minus 18x. If you multiply by 9, because 9 is multiplied by every term, right? So now here we have plus 1, 9 times 1, that is 9. Plus, and here we have 9y squared. Now, if you just take everything to the right and just simplify and write the simplified answer. So what we have here, 9x squared minus x squared. So we have 8x squared, right? And 18x, they are gone.
0x.
And what we have here, 9y squared minus y squared. That is 8y squared, right? Plus 8y squared. Okay.
And then this as well.
Yeah, these numbers, can you just keep them on the left? Right,
Oh.
equals 81 minus 9. We don't have any other constant numbers, so that is 72. Good. So now if you divide both sides by 8, nine. Is it an equation of a circle?
Yeah.
Right. It is a circle whose radius is at the origin, and I mean the center is at the origin, and the radius is 3. Equation of a circle whose center is at the origin and radius 3.
Oh.
Okay, again, don't forget to save it.
Okay,
Is it saved?
what question? Yeah,
Okay,
I pressed the save.
Okay, what do you say, Amira?
Yeah, so are we done then with this question? Because this represents a circle because it's an equation
Yeah.
for a circle. Okay.
Amira, did you ever learn about matrix? Let's stop here.
Matrix as in... Oh, no, I don't think I have.
I think then if you didn't, you're going to learn this year then, is it?
Yeah.
So when will you get your math book? Once you start your school, right?
What do you mean by math book? Like,
I mean, does the school provide you with math book? Does
no,
it give you?
we're meant to take notes from the PowerPoint that they make for us.
Really?
Yeah.
How about your homework or?
Homework, they normally have like websites where they get like questions that we have to do online and then submit it online.
I see. So
So
only
similar to how
this
you
year or
did.
all the time it's like this? Since when?
No, it's been like this since like year 7.
Year 7.
Yeah, even in primary school, we didn't have books in the UK. Some schools have books, but they don't use them much. They'll use them for exercises in class, but they won't like make you learn from books. They'll teach it to you themselves.
I see.
Or
So
PowerPoint
they are making
version.
very
And then
using technology well. So all the time you look at the screen and do your assignment.
no, if we're in class, we do it in like a workbook. But we get the questions from the PowerPoint. So yeah, we do look at a screen, but we do the work on a book in class. And then homework is online. So homework is on screen, like how you do with me. Like when you give me tests.
Yeah. Yeah, actually now you're living UK, I'm living Cambodia, that's why. Otherwise, what I think is, all the time doing questions and reading everything from the screen or from PowerPoint, I don't think it's not good for our eyes. I don't know, maybe for me, every time I look at the screen or using projector, for example, I feel pain in my eye. That's why I don't prefer. So now teaching online, sometimes if I teach like 6-7 hours a day, I feel not pain, but my eyes get very tired. And I don't want to look at the screen anymore. That's why I'm asking. But for the students all the time looking at the screen or copying from the PowerPoint, anyway, after all, if you are learning well, that's the most important thing. Amir, you are starting school, so what are you planning about our tuition? Will we continue or you're going to stop? When can I know about this? Did you talk to your parents?
Yeah, I have.
Because now you're going to have a school, right? And you're going to be busy on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah. They
Okay.
said that I might stop.
Say again?
They said I might stop, maybe.
Okay. So maybe I'll talk to your mother next week. So this Wednesday, are we going to have class or not?
I think so. Yeah, I'll get my mom to message you.
Okay. All right. And please talk to her. Maybe also I may write to her. And if possible, if you talk to her and let me know. If we have to cancel the class, let me know by Tuesday. Okay, Amira? If I didn't get any message from you, then I will wait for you on Wednesday. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
And after that, we will decide. And maybe next week also. After next week, you don't have school, right? You have school after next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then maybe next week I will meet your parents online and talk about this. Okay, Amira, and see you on Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.